Hey everybody, ScoopTalk, Dustin Dopirak, Graham, Hugh Kellenberger. We are not dressed. Dustin will be dressing as a cop later today.
I will not
Yes,
have
you
any
will.
parts of that. That's gross for everybody. I was gonna wear my black.
Just a
and,
cop.
It's just wrong. Shut up.
I'm one of those people that doesn't need a mask.
True. I was gonna pull the black and orange tie, the Halloween tie, like I did last year, but it just seemed wrong today.
It seemed wrong.
It kind of, if I wore all black today, it would kind of feel like I was attending Bill Lynch's funeral.
Yeah.
I probably should.
You know,
have said that.
let's talk about Bill's slip up. Post game press conference. Bill Lynch, he's in survival mode. It's gone past the I'm not going to throw guys under the bus to a mixture of denial and survival.
It's something like that. It's just weird to watch.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, and I mean, and we all, and I take responsibility for this as well. We're all kind of in the stage that we're just kind of letting him go through it because I don't think anybody has the heart to just grab him and shake him, really.
Yeah,
because it's just if you're gonna just keep doing it, if you're just gonna say, like today he said, I think the defense has played well every game. Bill, there were some bad ones in there, man.
Right, right. He slipped up at one point, or somebody asked about the defense, and he said the defense is getting better, and they have 4 more games to improve. We got 4 games left. They have 4 regular season games left.
Yeah.
The lack of Bill even saying, and we're still going to go to a bowl. We still want to go to a bowl.
He didn't even throw that out there.
Which that said everything to me about maybe his mindset at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, it's surprising that he would not even notice that he said it. I mean, I don't even know if he realizes that he said it.
Yeah.
But it definitely did not inspire any hope for things going forward.
Andy?
Yeah. Well.
Indiana football has literally left Andy Graham speechless.
No, really. I mean, I characterize this game, and I think a lot of people did, as a must-win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which really I tend to hesitate to do because circumstances are almost always unique to each individual season. But this is, the stark reality is that Iowa comes in here next week. Then they have to play at Wisconsin. I mean, the stark reality is that this is one that they really needed to get.
Yeah.
And frankly, the final score is not indicative. I mean, with 4 minutes to play, the stands were almost empty, and this place was about as quiet as a mausoleum. So
it was.
And
it was that slow, quiet, just painful.
Right. Northwestern came out with the Mike Tyson punches. Illinois came out with the Mike Tyson punches.
Yeah. That's
Northwestern was like death with 1,000 paper cuts.
Yeah, especially in the second half, it got that way. Really early. I mean, Indiana had a lot of opportunities to take advantage of some situations and just didn't do it. Especially the first drive. There will be, I think, a couple key, I guess, criticisms of the offense. Number one, Ben was just off. Period. I mean, Chappell, there was a lot of makeable throws he had today that he just flat out missed. A few were on the fade routes, but there was a couple wide open crossing patterns that he's usually money on. I mean, he had Tandon Doss wide open at one point. He ended up converting later, but it was a throw you don't see him miss. And there were plenty of those today.
That went down the stretch when they really needed to score, and he threw behind on the crossing route.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an automatic first down.
Right.
And it might even be a touchdown if he hits him in stride.
Yes.
The defender was trailing the play. And he just wasn't sharp today. And, Persa, on the other hand, was exceptionally versatile and innovative, even when plays broke down, as he tends to be. He made plays even when they weren't there initially to be made.
Right.
Indiana didn't make plays that were there to be made.
Yeah,
that was a big difference right there.
Sure.
He did what a Northwestern quarterback has to do because that offensive line is not very good. It's a very average offensive line. Indiana got a lot of pressure.
The Indiana defensive line has not seen the backfield that much all year.
Right, and so Persa did what you have. You have to be an extremely accurate passer on the run.
But his 2 touchdown throws were just perfect.
No, they were.
But I think most Indiana
he was down so many times today.
And this is the sad irony for Indiana fans that I think it was a reasonable supposition to say if the defense actually just approaches adequacy, this team ought to be able to win some games.
Yeah.
And I think if you ask most IU fans coming into today, hey, Northwestern's going to get 20.
Yeah.
They would have said, "Oh, we'll take that."
Yeah.
But frankly, the offense just isn't.
It just flipped.
And how much of that is not even having a semblance of a running game, not even having a threat of a running game.
Yeah, there's no way they can keep a defense honest at this point.
Yeah, they're dropping 8.
Yep.
Yeah. No, they're rushing 3 and dropping 8. They're getting more pressure dropping 3 than they really.
Ben has to be Peyton Manning. Yeah. If you're going to complete a high percentage of passes, the other team's dropping 8 guys every play.
And he's not going to say it, but I think he's banged up.
Oh, he absolutely is.
He has to
which made the zone read option stuff even more curious.
Yeah, here's the one thing about the zone read option. The one I wouldn't say it's defensible. It's certainly not defensible in the 2 third downs. Well, here's my defense. The 2 third downs are totally indefensible, especially on the red zone drive. Like, you can't. I mean, it's widely acknowledged that Ben Chappell is not a fast quarterback. That being said, that like when they've faked the zone read and play actioned off of it, that's been wide open. Yeah. It's been incredibly wide open. But every once in a while, you have to run him to keep them honest. But on 3rd down and short is not the time. Especially when you're in a key drive, especially when you're in the red zone, I don't see the purpose for that. Every once in a while, like I see what they're doing with it on a grander scale, because that play worked against I think it was Illinois on the Ted Bulzer touchdown when he just faked it and then just quick pass it to Bulzer over the middle, and it's wide open.
Okay, maybe it's worth running once in a while, on first and down, 10, middle of the field. Okay,
exactly. No, but that's the thing. You can't do it on that. Yeah.
Running in short yardage is announcing to the world that we have absolutely no confidence in any of our running backs to actually get those yards.
I agree, and I was just going to say that this game, more than any other so far, Darius Willis's absence was felt.
Right.
So, if he plays today, they might be able to go along and keep him honest.
It's a different. The whole running back situation is just weird as a whole. Like, who would have thought Darius Willis gets hurt and he's out for the year, and Nick Turner's carries go down?
Yeah. I think the plays that they're running aren't necessarily beneficial for Nick. I'm not sure exactly why he's not being used more. I mean, he obviously has speed. There are things that you can do with him.
The one successful play he had was a swing pass. Remember, they got him outside with a swing pass.
Right.
And he got up the sideline real quickly for 13 yards. And I think, I think that's something they should look at, maybe say, maybe you should do a little bit more of that kind of thing to try to incorporate that. Because that's kind of running game by proxy.
Absolutely. Right.
Sure.
Right, and we talked about that when Willis got hurt, is that they could do things like that to use the different guys in those situations, rather than just handing it off because there isn't a guy like Willis. Banks is the closest approximation, and he's a freshman, and clearly they want to use Antonio Banks, but they don't want to use Antonio Banks too much.
Yeah. Well, I think they obviously have concerns with the pass protection. I don't think he's been bad, and I think he will be good at it. But those are always the biggest concerns with the true freshman is, are they good at that part of it yet? Willis was obviously spectacular at it, and I don't think Banks is bad. He's got the body for it. I don't know if he misses things or what. That seems to be their concern as to why they don't want to play him more. But in terms of having the entire skill set, Banks is the one guy left that has the entire skill set. Burgess doesn't have the speed. Turner doesn't have the power. Banks kind of has both.
We got about a minute and a half left. We did this last week. Let's go ahead and do it again. Real quickly, Dustin first. What is Indiana's record at the end of the season?
I have joined your camp. It's 4-8.
It's looking more that way now. And what was the attendance today?
They said 38.
Iowa travels awfully well, and given how things are going, we'll see what the disposition of the crowd is next week, because there's going to be a lot of Hawkeye fans here. And today was a perfect day for football, and there was a very sparse home crowd.
Andy, you didn't answer the question.
Oh, no, I said, it's looking more like that.
Oh, okay. I did. Yeah, okay. I agree. We are all in agreement. 4-8. That's
what it is.
What it is. And does Bill survive?
No.
Well, it's going to be tough to make that argument at 4-8.
It's tough to make the argument that progress has been made.
Yeah. I was telling Sandy, it's just like rebuilding projects. You're pushing a rock up a mountain, and the rock stopped.
Right.
There's just no momentum.
No, they're absolutely.
That's just where it is. It's a shame because he's a heck of a nice guy. They're not stupid people.
Indiana would like Bill Lynch to be successful.
Yeah.
But it has to be successful in order for them to keep him.
Right. So.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Everybody.
Yeah, happy Halloween.